What is going on, people? Welcome back. Johnny here. Getting close to wrapping this one up. I have Indel about to come use the potion of healing to see if we can... Hopefully it heals the painful ear issue he's having, but I don't know if that's the case. It might heal both ears. Sometimes it'll get them both. And... no. It repaired his eye. I think. Oh, his nose was restored. That was messing with his breathing. I don't know why it picks what it picks, but there you go. I could look at the source code again, but I was looking at the Slayer army. The amount of things these guys acquire on the road is absolutely bananas. 406 ambrosia, ton of warpstone, steel, uranium, 3 potions of healing, a wand of resurrection yet. Bunch of human skin stuff for deconstruction. I'm going to drop this. This is awful. Let's get rid of it. So random stuff just for deconstructing. Like 29 blue fur Skaven bedrolls. Do we need that? Whatever. These Skaven statues are worth a mountain. I'm going to probably keep the uranium one because we're short on uranium. But we have a heating statue. We have a freezing statue. Assuming I grabbed it. Yeah, it's just... endless stuff. Did I not grab the freezing statue? Oh, it is. They're right above. Blind as a bat. The only reason I'm carrying these, they're very heavy. We could set them up and use them on somebody, which would have been fun. I should have done that, but whatever. I think the Slayers, they just like to get in there with the axes and the hammers, smash face. So, otherwise, I've been debating on declaring my king or queen while the Slayers are gone, although they definitely deserve to have another Thane at the very least, given the work they've put in versus the people at home. There's been a few battles, but nothing like what the Slayers have dealt with. So there's that. I'm thinking somebody that's been with us since the beginning, so maybe Stonebeard, and then we promote somebody else to Thane. I think Stonebeard was here at the very beginning anyway. Can you see that information? Indeed, because Invict and Stonebeard and whoever the other guy that's really beat up. What are you doing in there? Admiring that horn. Silver Dowie horn. So yeah, I think that'd be fitting. One of the originals versus the Slayer. Now do we declare the king when the rest of the dwarfs are out and about? I don't think they care too much, since their whole purpose in life is to seek death. So why don't we bring this dude down here? I'm going to strip him. Where's his throne room? He's here. Why don't we strip him over here? Because there'll be an empty throne. And then the gear for that throne will be laying right in front of it. And then him and Branny can swap bedrooms. It's high time this went down. You guys bringing all those chunks in? No. Just trying to let them do their thing, get done what they want to get done. Alright, the apparel's been dropped. It's in really good shape. The magic armor holds up very well. Alright, here we go. Declaring a king. Set owner. Let's hope this... maybe I should save in case the game breaks. I haven't tested this in a while. A dwarf king is declared. Okay. Forswear this stuff, which is better than the last stuff. You got Valia's equipment, which will be good for healing and all that. Nothing broke. That's good. Alright, you are free. We have a king. Now, I wanted that other pawn who's kind of crap. Inbrag? No, it's Cutrock. Cutrock's a melee, or sorry, a ranged pawn. That might change things a little bit. More Adrena, Inbrag. Yeah, why not? I was going to give it to a Slayer, though, but we already have non-Slayer gear, so let's do this. Alright, Inbrag it is. So, where do I find Inbrag? You don't get any more equipment. That's why I set this stuff in there. Alright, that's it. He's missing an eyeball. That's perfect, actually. That armor takes forever to put on. Alright, as you were, friend. You can keep the shield if you want it. probably won't be able to carry anything, but there you go. We did have a Javaslife nearby. Jump to that. That's very tempting. It'd be a nice way to go out with the Slayers, but honestly, I just want to get them home, and walking over here is going to take extra days off my, or make this take extra days, as it were. They've decided to hold a party, perhaps because there was a king declared. Do we get a boost for that? Freed from slavery. Thane on map, king on map. They don't get one for actually declaring leadership, but you do get a little bonus for having them around. Beautiful. That's fantastic. We've come a long way, man. I'm really not doing much else with this map at this point other than waiting for the Slayers to get home. Why aren't you going to a party, bud? No? What about you? There's a party on, friends. What are you doing? Get to the party. I need these moods through the roof. We get a bunch of nice happiness boosts. And this stuff in the freezer. I guess the freezer's supposed to be full. I don't know, whatever. Sitting pretty for food regardless. We have tons of beer right now. Everybody's super stoked. We should have a bunch of hops and hopefully barley. It's 59 degrees out. Hopefully they can get another good harvest of hops. Oh yeah, look at all this. This will be ready in no time. It is ready now, but we'll let it go as long as we can. 6th of September, probably like the last day of spring. We'll do a big harvest. Did everybody actually make it then? The party's over, but I think everybody made it. What is going on? Oh, the chaos meat's rotting away, and I have to get constant messages. If it's a dumping stockpile zone, I should not get messages. I should make a mod. I should make a mod that does that. Remove these alerts if it's a dumping stockpile. I don't get driven absolutely bananas. I'm going to move Inbrag over one tick because he's a Thane now. So we have 3 Thanes, 1 King. You can make as many Thanes as you want if you don't mind the fact that they don't haul and do certain jobs anymore. You can only have 1 King or Queen on the map. I think for your whole faction. So even if you had multiple maps going, I'd have to test that, but that should be how it works. Are we getting no? These dudes. 3.7 days. I guess I let it roll for a little bit. Okay. I just noticed I have an inappropriate throne room. Despite everything, it's got to be at 200. I'm only at 193. This is why I kept that statuary. We have a jade grand sculpture. We have a marble. That one's good. That one's good. What's the jade? It's excellent. So between these two, this should push it up to where it needs to be. We'll pop those bad boys in there. I guess that'll be fine. This bedroom is gonna have to be changed to Stonebeard. And who is he shacked up with at the moment? He was over here. Stonebeard and Branny. Okay, you get out. I knew Grudge. This guy. What is he thinking? All right, you get out of there. He goes into King's bedroom. That's fantastic. Yeah, I think I'll just sleep here. No one's in there. And then this belonged to Inbrag. Where did Inbrag end up? Inbrag and Nari are hooked up. That's good. We'll get the double benefit of this bed. Unassigned. He tried it again. That slippery eel. Inbrag and Nari. There you go. Okay. Now where's he headed? Where'd he end up? I don't know why that's so amusing, but it is. A magical delivery. I haven't gotten that in quite a while. What is it? Cooked cures. Okay, do those go in here? Yeah, they totally do. Good, we'll get some free cured meat. And some free steel. If this was the ice sheet, I'd be very, very stoked about what just happened. As it stands, meh. Yeah, if I see it dip down into like upper 20s, we're just gonna go nuts on the harvesting of the food. Plant cut, new person, Grudge Keg, who did find a bed that's appropriate now. Why doesn't it say her name on here? Set owner. Where'd Nari go? I was so confused. Did I screw something up? No, Nari's your wife. Nari Invict. And that wasn't the wrong person, was it? No, you have nothing negative about sharing a bed. Okay, inappropriate bedroom still. We need a... Oh, I need a smaller table. That's interesting. Why did I do that? See, when I started doing this, I wasn't... Maybe they can have a little, like, eating table somewhere. Do I have a bunch of marble or anything? I'll give them a small eating table down here as well. Not steel. This has to be made out of marble. Why don't I see marble on this insane list of different stones? I really like the variety in stones. I guess I'll give them a couple marble. Let's go bananas, man. Do I have enough marble to make chairs like this? Totally. Is it lit down here? It is. Good. Have to remember to make that a non-gather spot as well. Alright, well that'll solve the issue. And then, so you won't be able to hold court until I get that sorted. But that's fine. Alright, 3.3 days for the love of God. Josetha's being hunted by an ice bear, so I was going to try and shoot it and use the traps to take it out. Nice work. It's getting past the traps. There it goes. Alright, we've winged it pretty well. Let's go here. This needs to be held open anyway. And down it goes. Get it out of there. She was going to haul a goat or something. I don't know what she was doing. She was headed over here for something. I don't see anything obvious, but whatever. I just been putzing around. I'm going to make a bunch more barrels for Bugmans, because if all that ambrosia doesn't rot before we can get it in the right place, we'll have use for it over here. I made a masterwork something. I must have been the table. Not a gather spot. Indeed, it was a table. And I decided to flesh this out because why not? I guess we don't have to plant these things right now. Can I just disallow sowing until they're all done, as I remember? Just the odds and ends that have been irking me for a while. It's irked me that this isn't done, and I have a crap ton of material for it. I'm also half tempted to door off the unfinished portions of the hold. So a door here, here. It doesn't really matter, though. It's just me being kind of nitpicky. I was debating on sharing this save file when it's all done. Just push it up. You guys could totally pick it up and play with it. Carry it on, or let it go, as it were. But it's about 76, 77 megabytes right now. And I'm sure by the end it'll be larger. Maybe when the Slayers get home it'll shrink. I don't know how the caravans affect the save file, but regardless of that, it's a huge file. If there was massive interest in that, it could still certainly be put up on my server, but then it's going to sit there forever. And if nobody ever downloads it, may I leave it for a month or two and clean it up, but whatever. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. Mostly I'm just waiting for these. Once they hit the road, this should speed up. And once they hit this improved road, it should speed up more. Otherwise, I'm twiddling my thumbs. I'd say I did a damn good job of clearing out enemy factions. Really, I was focused on the ones that have custom bases. But then we could certainly go around and smash the rest. They just claim an area like anything along this mountain range is our land, and no one's allowed to be around it with a base. Carry it as far as you want. Maybe over to here and over to here. That could have been a fun goal from the beginning. It's too bad you can't like delineate space on the world map and just like if it was just a border, or sort of like a zone. Oh, this Schaefer's holding court down here. No Oxes. No Skavens. No Skaven. I'm going to add more. It's on my list to add, like, beer. And I don't know, whatever else. Once I get some symbols for grudges, we're going to start working on the Dwarf mod in earnest here. Now that the Demons have rolled out. If I get one more complaint that the mod's not done, I'm just going to take the damn thing down. It's going to piss off, but people are like, well, you only did Corn, and you did Corn and Zeech, but you didn't finish the mod. You didn't do the other faction, or the other Chaos Gods. And it's like, dude, do you know how much effort went into what we did? You have no idea. Plus, it's kind of out of my hands. If Dino wants to do the images for the other Chaos Gods, I'm more than happy to add them. But that's the person. Highblood Court was okay. That's the person spending God knows how many hours making all these images for pawns and buildings and all the things that go along with it. Warp rifts and the new... What did we replace? We replaced Ancient Danger with Ancient Demonic Danger. Not replaced, but made an addition to. And all that stuff takes a ton of time, man. And they look phenomenal. So I don't like that no one's doing this job. Stuff this in there so it doesn't go bad, friend. Dwarven Goods Trader showed up. A couple more of those. Although I'm not sure I have stuff to sell, but we may hit 1 million before the Slayers get here. I might need more shelves in here. On a related note, have any more Nice? I'm going to reinstall this one. And build one behind it. You. Do that for me. Get it done. I need to be able to get all of our silver in here, and I'm not even sure that's going to be a thing. It's the footprint on that. That is not going to fly right there. Son of a biscuit. Piss on it. Let's do it this way. They climb over those things anyway, so it doesn't much matter now, does it? Forgot how to rotate things for a minute there. I also have to set what goes on these before they start dumping random shit. Well, that's about all we have to sell, and we have $11,001 silver pulled from that. I did expand my shelving, so we had plenty of space to put a whole nother row in here. Oh no, a solar flare. And in the interest of not running out of space, I want to see, could I get another row in here? I could get a single row down there too. We're fine though. That'll definitely cover it, assuming we have the material to build that. But there should be more Nice chilling over here. Indeed. And I'm watching these. I don't want them planting anything in here, because at some point we're going to have a ton of planting to do outside. I don't want their planting efforts distracted. So, well, yeah, we failed the Chaos Portal quest because the caravans are so impossibly slow in this game. Should have made a steam tank. And tossing around the idea of adding gyrocopters as a part of the effort to update Dwarfs. And I think that'd be a rather legitimate idea, but we'll see if we can make it happen. Once this is done, everything else should fly, because they're not really doing squat else in terms of the construction that I put in. It occurred to me about sharing the final save file. If you're not a donator and don't have access to the donator only mods, like ogres and orcs, for instance, you wouldn't have those factions in the game. It would still load. You could just load it, ignore all the errors, save, and then they should all go away, and it'll just get rid of anything that shouldn't be there. You're gonna lose that dynamic, but anybody that's a patron for any amount does get access to those via direct download link, and it's on my list to get cooking on those guys here. Again, I want to get all the furniture added to the ogres, because as soon as I get them to the first development tier that I've defined, I'm going to release them to the public, and then we'll flesh them out later. They won't have a custom endgame straight away, but everything you see, they have beds currently and bedroom equivalent stuff. They have their own forge, but they don't have things like tables. So, not that you couldn't use human tables, it just looks weird when a giant orc sits in a giant orc. When a giant ogre sits in a human chair and doesn't completely crush it. Still working on that That dude is just nuts, man. 61%. So yeah, we could quarry here, and then create more grow rooms. So they finished all that. They finished all this. They finished all the shelves. Come on, Slayers. We're literally just twiddling our thumbs here. Dwarf trader showed up, but we can only take about 2 grand off them. Less than ideal, but we didn't have a ton of crap to trade at this point anyway. The slot is still 1 day away from their destination. Well, I harvested all the hay grass because it's kind of out of the way. It's not as important. We have a ton of it. And as soon as I see it steady, like, I don't know, hit the upper 20s Fahrenheit, which is just below freezing, we're going to go through here and harvest everything wide open. They harvested that massive thing, tens of thousands of that in a day. So I think we're going to be okay. Now, a cold snap would ruin the day here, so I'm kind of on edge about losing. Because really, the hops and barley, we're bringing back a lot of material to make Bugmans with. Although a lot of this is going to spoil before too long. Or some of it anyway. 1 day, 13 days. Whatever. I guess we'll see what happens. It's as good as I can. It's as decent as I can do, right? 0.1 day to this trade. After that, we're going to end this episode. Finally. According to the game, I've only been playing for 10 years. Which maybe that's a long time. Maybe it's not. We might as well sell that meat. It's going to spoil. Berries can go home. It's just going to go down the list here. Yeah, I have so much stuff these guys don't buy. That's kind of disappointing, but there we are. 15,841. Oh, I want to buy some of these. I don't know if they're books or what. Let's see. Scratch that. They're just notes that assist in research, so kind of worthless. And I was debating on selling some Muffalo, but we're pretty close to our capacity at this point. That's it. And it's very slow. Come on, game. There you go. Let's see what we have for items here. We have 7.5 days of food remaining. Over 100,000 silver, though, so let's head home. 2.4 days. Well, please leave a like if you are enjoying. Leave a comment. I read them all. I do respond. I appreciate you guys being with me. It's been a ride, and as soon as those guys get home, I have to strip all those Muffalo. They'll probably slaughter a bunch of them, which is fine. And then we'll get all the silver hauled in. Take a peek at it. That's going to be the end. So close.